right. Hello and good morning. Welcome to this wonderful Thursday morning Facebook Live with Bottleneck Virtual Assistants, where we help stop the bottleneck in your business. My name is Jamie J, and I'm the founder and managing director of Bottleneck Virtual Assistants. And it's a pleasure to be here today and to be able to share with you the topic on what we'll be talking about today as far as virtual assistants and the customer service side of virtual assistants. And this, a lot of people just assume, oh, by the way, go to bottleneck.online to learn more. If you want to listen to our podcast, it's culture.bottleneck.online. The name of the podcast is Culture Eats Strategy with myself, and I interview a bunch of cool people about company culture and personal culture and life balance and all kinds of cool stuff like that. We have some incredible guests on there. If you are in the medical profession, you can go to bottleneckmedical.com to learn more. And very soon, we will be launching our real estate service specifically for real estate professionals, mortgage and real estate and investors and things like that. So it's I'm pretty excited for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So virtual assistants, how they can improve your customer service or customer support VAs. And I think I saw a really interesting article on a site called Aircall. And I thought, man, I'm going to go through that article and kind of break it down a little bit because it's kind of interesting on how this may work. And I actually am relatively jealous of this Mirno Metronesco who wrote it, and she did a beautiful job of writing this article. But when you look into virtual assistants, it's most likely because the tasks are they're just overflowing. Your business is growing, and people are working long hours. And I just want to be the first to say, and it's also in this article that, so it's not the first to say, but I would also like to agree with this, that virtual assistants can not only help with the piling up, of work that's landing in your inbox, but they can also benefit everybody in the organization. And many people that you have in your organization, whether it's 1, 2, 10, 100, 1,000, there's always a more efficient way of running and doing things. And I think it's really important that you take, as a business leader, a business owner, a business manager, that you take a look at how the work is being done. What I've found, and what's really neat, and I agree specifically with this article, is that people will not tell you, your employees or your staff members, your managers, they will most likely, in most cases, it's been my experience, they will not tell you that they're overworked. And this is a big challenge today. They won't tell you about, the challenges because of being overworked, carrying over into their personal lives and maybe problems at home. The last thing they want to do is talk about that. I had a conversation yesterday with an unbelievable person who will remain nameless, but unbelievable person. And she was talking about how she was working 12 to 15-hour days. She loves her work, but she has so much more that she wants to do, and she just can't find the time for it. And I find that that's so consistent across the board. Many of us today trying to get ahead in our jobs, or in our work, and in our business and our companies, we're really working our hindquarters off. And while we need to work hard and work in our business to develop systems and processes and get clients and doing things like that, we really owe it to ourselves to work smart and to spend quality time in our life, not just at work, right? So it is a common misconception that a virtual assistant just answers the phones and schedules appointments, right? They can do so much more. We offer virtual assistants at Bottleneck, everything from project management to paralegal services to web developers, graphic designers. It's a wide array of what a virtual assistant can do. And the type of virtual assistant that you should hire depends on what skill sets you need to achieve your business goals. And if you have multiple customer service needs, you should tailor the job request for each need to find the person that is right for you. And this is a great question. Why do I need someone to do work that my staff can do? Well, It's because you're working 10 or 12 hours. Your staff's not going to be complaining. They're not telling you about the work, the problems at home and everything. And if you can just get one person to offset a lot of the detailed, repetitive tasks that happen, answering phones oh my gosh, answering phones is a great way to do it. Following with emails, just doing that kind of stuff to support. And you can get one virtual assistant to support a team. You really can. That happens quite a bit in brick and mortar. When I worked in corporate America, we had a receptionist that also did contracts for each one of the sales reps, and she would answer calls and patch them through to us, or take messages depending on who it was and what direction we were given. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do. And before you post your job opening, in order to find the best customer service or customer support virtual assistant, you need to really understand how to do this and what to say and where to go. There are sites out there like Upwork and Outsource. These are great sites for project-based work. And there's plenty of virtual assistant companies out there to choose from. You can go to something like Nick Loper's site, virtualassistantassistant.com, and check out all of the different companies there. And Nick Loper personally vets all of the different companies out there. So it's a pretty neat little thing. You can Google virtual assistant companies and check out the different ones there. What type of virtual assistant are you looking for? Do you need somebody that has accounting skills or project management experience? Like all potential applicants or candidates, they're all going to have experience in certain areas, and you want to make sure that your post is specific to the skill set that you need to support them or your team. This can be done in two ways. Number one, write down every single task you do in a given day. If the task does not give you energy and you can delegate this task with something you don't have to do, what you'll find is you'll now have a list of tasks that you can delegate, and take a look at that task. Can you afford to hire somebody? A lot of people don't think they can, when in all actuality, when you hire somebody, it's going to free you up to do a lot more advantageous stuff at a higher level for your business, to where you can increase your revenue. My revenue would not be where it's at today had it not been for the team that we have supporting the operations at all. So know what you want the virtual assistant to do. So now that you've created that task list, the very next logical step is to create a job roles and responsibility form. What's really neat about this is not a job description, it's a job role and responsibility. Because you've listed out all the tasks that are repetitive, that don't give you energy and you don't have to do, you can now put that into segmented lists and see which kind of, now there is a golden goose rule. So I'm going to go back from this in a little bit. The golden goose rule is for this whole customer service thing for virtual assistants. If you want to hire somebody to answer the phones, and then you also want them to update your website, and you want them to design amazing graphics for your social media, I don't see one person being the best at all of those. So you have to be cognizant of that. And these are questions you can ask. And a lot of times when you ask people, hey, can you do graphic design in Photoshop? They're going to tell you yes or no. But if you ask them, what have can you answer the phones? Are you a detail-oriented person? Things like this, you're going to find out what segment they can fall into. And maybe you need more than one virtual assistant. Maybe you need to hire a project manager, a graphic designer, a web developer, a receptionist. Maybe there are different things that you need for, but until you create the task list, and until you create the job roles and responsibilities, it's going to be really hard identifying what it is that you truly need. Determine if you want to hire someone as an employee or if you want to create a contract relationship with them. The contract option is often preferable, at least in the beginning, as it allows you to avoid the cost of taxes and benefits. Now, this is important. This is something that, and everybody go talk to your accountant. I'm just going to tell you what I believe. But go talk to your accountant and get this sorted. What I believe is if you go through project-based work, even if you go through Bottleneck, we offer a 60-day probationary period. But this is not a direct employee. So Bottleneck offers a service, as many of these other companies do. And as such, you're paying for a service. If you've ever heard of anything like CRM or email marketing software or software as a service, SaaS, we offer VAS, verifications as a service. So on the medical side, so doctors that take insurance, they have to verify that their patients actually still have insurance or what their deductibles are. And so what they'll do is we'll have our VAs reach out to those insurance companies to make sure that what their coverage and benefits and eligibilities are. So there's a lot of things that you can do there. Now, are these W-2 employees? No, it's a service that we provide. So it's a flat fee that they pay. So it's pretty interesting how that works. And I can go into that in a whole nother video. So there's a whole list of things that we can go down here and talking about getting into the hiring process and things like that. So I don't want to get too far-fetched. But as far as customer service goes, there's so many things that a VA can do, a virtual assistant can do to support your business. It just takes some time. Talk to people, talk to a couple different companies and prepare for this, get ready for it. Do you have your processes and workflows in place? And as long as you do the tasks, the delegations, and the job roles and responsibilities, that's more than half the battle. That's going to let you know what you need, if you need it, and when you need it. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're doing a lot of work, if your staff is working longer than 8 hours, 9 hours a day, seriously consider virtual assistants as an alternative to the way that you're currently doing business. I highly encourage it. Yes, I'm biased. I'm the owner of Bottleneck, but the reason I got into this business is because so many of us work so dang hard, and we really need to learn how to leverage our time so that we can have an incredible life. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. You can reach us at bottleneck.online. And if you don't quite know what kind of virtual assistant you want, go to bottleneck.online. The very second section there, it's going to say quiz. It's a really cool little deal. You can click on that quiz there, and it kind of gives you, it tells you exactly what kind of virtual assistant you need to hire. So it's the very second section, and there's a little green button there that says take quiz. So it's a lot of fun. Thanks again for allowing me to chat with you this morning, and hope you have a great day. And thank you for letting us help stop the bottleneck in your business. Where is it at? All right. We'll talk to you soon.